So now I'm going to show you how to work a bobble stitch. So I've worked the first row of this section, and I've also started the row by making a double crochet and a chain. So we're going to skip a stitch and work our bobble into the next stitch along. Now this is very similar to the way we worked our decrease stitches, in that we need to work a series of incomplete trebles. The difference is that with a decrease stitch you work into each consecutive stitch and then join them to make one, which is why it's a decrease, because you're making two or more stitches into one stitch. With a bobble you're using a cluster stitch, which is the same thing except for all of the incomplete trebles are worked into one place, so it doesn't decrease the number of stitches stays the same, one that you work into, and it's cinched together to make one at the top. So what turns a cluster into a bobble is the fact that you're working a lot of stitches into one space, so they tend to bulge out and make a lump, but it's also because the cluster is normally made up of taller stitches on the row that has shorter stitches, so the shorter stitches forces the taller stitches to sort of fold over and make a little bulge in the fabric, or a bobble. So we start in the same way as we did with our making incomplete trebles. So yarn over, and as I say, we're skipping a stitch, so we're going to work all of our incomplete trebles into this stitch. So insert the hook and pull through, insert the hook and pull through two. That's our first incomplete stitch. So normally to make a normal treble we'd yarn over again and pull through these two loops, but we're not going to do that. We're going to leave it incomplete and we're going to make another treble in the same space. So yarn over, put the hook in the same stitch, yarn over and pull through, and then yarn over and pull through just two loops on the hook. So that's two of our started trebles, or incomplete trebles there, and we need to make four of these for the cluster, so let's do that again. So yarn over, hook into the stitch, yarn over and pull through, yarn over and pull through two loops. So we've got three incomplete treble loops on there and the original working loop, so we need one more. So yarn over, hook into the same stitch, yarn over and pull through, yarn over and pull through two. It's getting quite bunched up on the hook now because we've got so many stitches. So there's our four incomplete trebles, and then we yarn over and just pull through all of those loops, and that squashes those stitches nicely together. So it's still standing up at the moment, and although they're nice and squashed together, they're not particularly bulging out as yet. So we're going to chain one, we skip another stitch, then we're going to make a double crochet into the next stitch. So skip one, work into the next stitch. So just yarn over and pull through, and that's squashing those trebles down. And because this row is on the wrong side, when we turn over, we'll see it's starting to make those bobbles, those stitches bobble up and fold out. It's easier to see when we have a few more, so let's make another for you. So let's make our incomplete trebles again. So yarn over, we're skipping a stitch, and we're going to work them all into this stitch. So that's one, yarn over, into the stitch, yarn over and pull through, yarn over and through two loops. That's two, yarn over, into the same stitch, yarn over and pull through, yarn over and pull through two loops, and last one, yarn over, into the same stitch, yarn over and pull through, yarn over and pull through two. So there's our four incomplete treble loops and the original working loop. So yarn over and pull through all of those to cinch them together in a nice little bobble, and then a chain, skip one and a double crochet. So that's making these stitches sort of fold down, so the top of the row is being pulled down by these double crochets, and it's making, let me get my hook out of the way for you, and it's making the bobbles stick out on what will be the front. It's the back to us at the moment because we're working alongside a row, but when we turn over the bobbles will be on the front. So carry on in the same way right to the end. So here we are with my completed row. As you can see, the row at the top of the row is folding over slightly where these stitches are being forced over, and on the other side it's creating that nice little bump, so that when we turn over to the front of the work we've got this nice bobble shape. And if any of them have got stuck the wrong way, you can just force them back through again so they're sitting up nice and proud on the right side.